honeys. This is Kamara, the Black Dove Oracle, and welcome to this live reading. We're going to get started soon on what worries them about losing you. What worries them the most when it comes to the thought of even losing you? So, we're gonna before we get started on that, my honeys, I want to welcome you. If you are a continued subscriber, thank you so much for supporting my brand new channel. It's brand new. It's kind of, it's moving its way up. So I want to thank you if you are a continued subscriber. Thank you for your support. I love reading your comments. I love connecting with you all over personal readings. I want to thank you all for supporting my personal readings. There have been quite a few people who have taken me up on that, and I've really enjoyed doing it. If you want to know more about how to get a personal reading from me, all of my information is on my website at www.blackdoveoracle.com. That's the only way that you can secure a personal reading with me, honeys. So don't get taken by anyone who might be in the comments or direct messaging you. I don't do any of that. I'm a really busy person. I'm going to let you secure your reading. So, my honeys. And if you think that maybe we could do some business together, maybe it is something that you would like for us to collaborate on, my direct email is blackdovedreamer@gmail.com. So feel free to message me with any kind of business proposals. I would love to talk to you. And lastly, my honeys, before you leave, before you click off, could you, if you resonated with any or part of this reading, could you please give it a like? It really helps me to grow my brand new channel. I love reading your comments. So if you are moved to comment, I would love to respond to you. And then also, if you have not subscribed yet and you are thinking about it, I want us to connect on a permanent basis, not to pressure you. But if you want to, please subscribe. You just click that subscribe button, and then if you click that bell, you'll get notified when I upload new readings, which is pretty often. Sometimes I take a little break, but it's pretty often. It's pretty often. So let me go to my comments because I haven't been. Divine Roberts, yay! What worry about another man coming to swoop me up where they left me? That's right. That should be the title. That should be the title. Hello, Elisa Domestic. Great. Welcome here. And Runaway Street 14. Yeah, bigger isn't always better, huh? In most cases. You are being given the community. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that, Runaway Street 14. I mean, I try not to really get too concerned by it, even though it is what it's going to be. But Spirit is you should commit to this channel. I've tried so many before. Shiloh, good to see you. I forgot that was your new name. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for joining me here. And Divine Roberts, yes. In some cases, bigger is better. This is according to Divine Roberts. Okay. Let's get into the reading because we probably chatted it. We could chat it up for days. So let me put myself in the situation. Let me switch some things around. Oh, you know what? Let me take this one banner off so that you guys aren't looking at that off the whole time. Let's go to group number 1. And I'm going to take this off and I'm going to put myself in. Hello, my honeys. Okay. So I think this light is really bright. I don't know what happened. Okay. So we are going to go to group number 1. I'm just going to enjoy being live with you all. So I'm not going to get too strict with the time or anything, but when it's time to move on, we can move on. Group number 1, let's officially start you by clearing the energies. Okay, group number one. How have you been? Welcome to your reading on what worries them the most about losing you. Let's clear the energies because I have a feeling this is going to be like an emotional one. This is going to be emotional. Not that I don't run away from my emotions. I'm a Cancer. I don't run away from my emotions, but it's going to be emotional. It's probably going to be emotional. Okay. Because you know, there is something about people who kind of just make it seem like, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want to do. And you're like, really? Really? I'm just gonna do what I want to do. I'm getting a vibe already, group number one. There's been a little bit of back and forth with someone. And this person was just like, no, you're gonna just do what you're gonna do. And you're like, really? Okay, let me just do what I'm gonna do. Okay, a few cards fell out. Some of you are in Queen of Cups energy. But then there's Dr. Grant in reverse. I think that's the Hermit. And then you have Dr. Buzzard. Wow, you have all these major arcanas, group number one. Dr. Buzzard is Justice, right? Ooh. See, I think group number one, what worries them the most about losing you is the fact that you extend your hand to many people. That's what worries them the most, is that you don't have a problem finding someone new to take your hand. You really don't. You're like, because I think you're always in a very nurturing, kind energy. This is Queen of Cups, Mother of Cups, regardless of gender. People see you as someone who's the most kindest. People are drawn to your energy that way. And sometimes it's just the way that you smile and say hello. You're like, hi. And many of you in group number one, you have such a beautiful smile. Look at that. I mean, am I lying? It's like you have a beautiful smile. Your hand is always outreach. It just means that you are always accommodating. You're always very kind. And here's the thing that worries them the most is that you don't just extend that to them. You extend it to everyone. And what worries them a lot is that even if they went, this is very specific for someone's contemplating trying to sully your name a little bit or kind of dirty your name. And here's the thing, what worries them is that people like you, group number one. People actually like you. People are, not only do they like you, I mean, they are very attracted to you. They love your smile. They love just everything about you. And what worries them the most, I mean, some of them, if this is a romantic thing, what worries them the most is that I think they have some people around them that they don't trust would kind of honor that they used to go out with you or they used to be a partner with you. I do think many people, group number one, if you have an ex, they're always worried about their friends trying to take you on a date, trying to contact you. That's what worries them, is that you have so many people just waiting for them to fail. Really, I mean, I'm being honest here. And if they have already, then they have. But I'm saying, like, there are so many people who were, and take it where it resonates, because there's a lot of different timelines. But if you were in a relationship with this person recently and they're like a recent ex, they are really worried that their friends or someone like a colleague, they're worried about someone trying to contact you and ask you for a date. They are so worried about the competition. Group number one, they're very worried. They're worried about how easily it would be for you to replace them. And I want to say that in a very, I don't want to be super mean about this, but you could replace them. It's kind of interesting because I think that this person expects, with the Hermit card in reverse, I think they expected for you to just kind of go underground. They really want you to. They really want you to feel so sad and depressed that you're just gonna go. You got to go in your room and never come out again. That's what they want, group number one. But see, the justice is here because they've got to know. Justice is here to tell them no. Why would group number one spend all their time in their room depressed over you? No. And I really don't think that you would do this out of revenge. I don't even think, group number one, that you even notice just how beautiful and kind most people think you are. Just how lucky they have said, they have regarded your exes. Many people regard your exes as having been fools, lucky fools, because they're like, why would you play with group number one? Why would you? Hey, Cicada. Why would they play with group number one? Why would they play in group number one's face? That's the thing. Because a lot of people, and I think many of you in group number one, even though this is not that reading, have healed over dating people who were kind of like this. The ones that after the fact, or didn't quite break up with you right away because they were worried about something. I think you're many people in group number one, you've healed from dating this kind of person. But this is definitely, it feels close by. Like many people in group number one, you might have broken up with someone recently and they are worried. They are worried that other people are going to come towards you. Maybe because them and their friends have which would make sense. Maybe them and their friends, they don't really have rules for past people you've dated. Can I date somebody you used to date? You guys let me know in the comments. Do you have agreements with your friends? Like, can you date? Most of the time, no. But I find gender wise, and y'all let me know if it's not true, but I find gender wise, men don't always hold to that rule. Like, you can't date my friend's ex or whatever. You all know. I've known in the past, like the minute I broke up with somebody, 5 of their friends call me. I'm telling you, that's the main worry that's on somebody's mind right now, especially if you're in group number one and you just recently broke up with someone. Especially. Not everybody in group number one just broke up with someone, but if you've kind of put the brakes on, if you've kind of been like, nah, it's all right, this person's worried. I'm glad to be live again too, Cicada. I was just like drowning in a whole bunch of work. I mean, it's not like I don't have any, but I think I had to make an agreement with myself. I don't know how you all do it, but at the end of the year, I usually try to take a couple of weeks off because by that time I wouldn't have had any time off since the summer, right? And I swear to you, it's like there's so much for me to do in preparation for next year, but I had to make an agreement with myself. I'm all like, there has to be a week where you just do nothing but the fun stuff that you love to do. And reading, of course, is one of those things, but I just have to like kind of like not pay attention to all the stuff that I have to do. So I'm kind of like happy to be live with you guys. Happy to be I've been hanging out with some friends I haven't seen in a few months. I've just been like, listen, I've got to give back to myself. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, Cicada. Great seeing you all here. Okay, let's get back on it. For group number one, I've already identified one very harsh reality that they are worried about. Okay, what's the other one? Melody of thoughts, finding your passion. You know, for many of you, you have people around you, especially this is a workplace thing, Spirit is saying. You have people around you work-wise especially some kind of boss or some kind of management team, or they're worried that you're going to actually self-develop and leave. For some of you, they're just worried you're going to leave because you're probably ready to do that. For others of you, they've been trying to discourage you from really developing yourself. They just really want you to stay right here. And this is interesting. They are very worried about you being a flight risk right now. So that should be telling you something, group number one, because Spirit is pointing out to me that not all of you are fully aware of this particular worry, but you need to be, because it's going to allow you to negotiate maybe a higher salary, like a raise. It's going to allow you to maybe move offices so you don't have to share a cubicle with someone who takes their shoes off. I'm just, I'm saying an example. But group number one, you've got some people worried at work that you're getting ready to take off, to pursue better things. And Spirit is saying low key, you should. Low key, you should. But it ain't that reading. We're just talking about what people are worried about. But Spirit is saying, for real, they worried about the right thing, because you should. You should be looking. These people have tried to lowball you for a long time. And Spirit is saying their actions are going to catch up with them, group number one. Spirit is saying you're about to catch them. You're about to catch them either paying more money to someone that's not even as qualified as you, or there's something. You're about to catch these people, and they've been lowballing you for a while. That's why they're worried that you're going to find out. They're worried you're going to find out that even though they said they couldn't give you a raise, they gave so-and-so a raise. Same job, same position, same body, responsibilities. I don't know why this is coming up, but it is. They real worried at work. That's right, Cicada. Just going to the relationship thing before. But if you're listening to this now regarding that job, because Spirit is saying here, they are most definitely worried that you're, for some of you, whoever this is very serious. Like, you could maybe take them to court for discrimination. So when you, Spirit is saying here, if you're the one I'm kind of connecting with right here, and it's about a workplace thing, and they're worried about you leaving, they're worried about you finding out something. But and Spirit is saying you're about to find it out. Spirit is like, I'm making sure you find it out, because these people have been lowballing you. But Spirit is also saying here that when you take an observation at everything that's going on, you do need to look at the optics. And I think if you know what I'm talking about, you'll know what I'm talking about, because we don't need to get into it here. But you do need to look at the optics. If you look into the optics and you're noticing you're the only one who's blah, or you're the only one, you may have a case. So Spirit is saying, even though it ain't that reading, they worry for a good reason, because you have a good reason to seek some legal. Wait. Yep. Because remember, Dr. Buzzard was here. So Spirit is saying you do not sleep on the legal recourse you might have from this. Okay? You may have a clear case. Not everybody has a clear case. A lot of people have intuition, energy, and feelings. Oh, but you, group number one, you're going to have a clear case that could actually win, if that's the work situation. All right, I'll get off of that, because it's really not that reading, but that's what they're worried about at work. Let's ask a couple of more questions, just randomly, you all, so we won't because, once we know what they're worried about, that's what they're worried about. But we're going to know, group number one, there's quite a few people who get worried. Like that workplace. That's a trip. Check. I'm telling you, if you're in that situation now, don't let it go. Spirit is saying, don't let it go. Don't just quit in a huff. You've got legal recourse. What worries them the most, I'm going to say, group number one, is the fact that they know you were never supposed to be on the bottom of this wheel of fortune. It's interesting because Spirit's telling me God does not like ugly. And I don't know why, but Spirit is not letting this go. These people you work with, they knew, group number one, that your talents and skills could bring you way more money. In some cases, for some of you, it was a position that they knew about. It wasn't a position you might have necessarily found out yourself about, group number one, but these people knew about a position that would have, like, your skills was way qualified for. You would have gotten hired with their endorsement. You would have went a long way. You could have changed your life. I'm talking to someone who's a single parent who's been struggling. If you were that single parent that's been struggling and you've been like really trying to believe in this workplace that they're looking out for you, that they're going to promote you, or they're going to help you develop yourself. But it seems like every time you're asking them about that, you kind of get pushed to the side or you kind of get ignored. Hun, it's for a reason. These people do not want you. They're worried about you moving on. Yes. But I think now they've done something where they're worried about you finding out about them blocking you. Because they've been blocking you. They've been blocking your path. They knew about a job that would put you on top of the wheel. I literally would have been holding your cart like this. But these people kept an opportunity from you, and they're worried you're going to find out, because you are going to find out. You are. So I'm sorry about that, group number one, because that is why they're worried about their discrimination. And you know, like I said earlier, it's up to you now to pursue it. But Spirit, it sounds like from what I feel like the reason why it came forward is Spirit is saying, don't let this go gently into the night. You need to fight this. You do need to fight this. I'm not a lawyer. Spirit is saying you need to fight this. We're both not a lawyer. But you get what I'm saying. Yeah. Because this left you out in the cold. They're worried. Because people like you. A lot of people like you. Even the people at work that your bosses don't like you. Someone's starting to realize they're going to be in trouble soon because you are a likable, lovable person. And they're worried that when people find out just exactly how disrespectful they were to you, group number one, I do think it's a workplace issue, but take it where it resonates. People are going to rally. They're going to rally. They're going to rally for you. And I think group number one, this is going to be the first time you've experienced that. But you know what I'm going to say? Spirit's like, you deserve it. You deserve to be supported. You deserve to be protected. I'm kind of getting emotional because I think you're going to see these people really stand up for you because they are going to go after the ones that are worried. They really are. And that was just disrespectful to you and your path. You're someone, I'm getting you're someone who may have children or you have people you're responsible for financially. And these people didn't care about that. They cared about their own comfort, their own power to keep you in that position when your talents and your skills are so much more than that. Some of you don't have a formal degree. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why you believe them. Because they're like, without an actual degree, we can only do so much. We can only give you this kind of raise. We can only all the BS. All the BS. I'm sorry for that, group number one, because you deserve better. You come from people who I think have always taught you to do your very best, to make sure you work hard. I'm really feeling that. But let's pick one card, because I don't want to leave you on that kind of a heavy thing, even though you are going to get justice, and Spirit said if you did take it to court, even though we're not lawyers, I'm being told to tell you that. What's the positive, Spirit? What will come out of all of this? Ooh, I love this card. It's just beautiful. The journey. Nothing is as it seems. Be true to yourself. Let me show this to you. This, group number one, because the story of the lotus is that the lotus it grows from the mud. It grows from the murkiness. So group number one, what is not going to be as it seems for you, and I'm kind of totally going off topic with you, group number one, but I got to wrap it up for you. What you think is happening one way, Spirit is just saying, defend yourself, and you will see it totally turns around. You will receive your lotus out of the mud. Beautiful. Yeah. And Spirit is saying, really, even if you didn't have the energy to pursue it, there's going to be people around you who are going to do it anyway. You'll just find yourself, they're going to be like, no, you need to talk to this lawyer. You're going to talk to this person. Because people love you. Okay, group number one. I hope that was okay for you. I mean, I Spirit just took me to a place with that worry. But Spirit said you needed to know that, whoever this is going to resonate with. If it doesn't resonate with you, we got 3 more groups, and number 2 is coming up. All right, my honeys. We'll see you later, group number 2. Group number 1, we're going to go to 2. Let me just change that, you all. Okay, here's group number 2. So welcome to group number 2. And you all let me know if you're still there, right? Because I'm not getting any more chats. So let me know. I think I'm still live. Yeah, I'm going live. Okay. So let's move to group number 2. I'm going to clear the energies in a couple of ways because that was kind of heavy. Oh, there it is. It came forward. So let me know if you could still hear me at all. It says 8 people are there, but I don't know. Let me clear the energies for group number 2. Oh, was it emotional? It was emotional for me too. I was like, oh my God. Everybody's all like, I'm putting some braids in my head. Thank you. No, I didn't. I wasn't feeling abandoned. I was just kind of like, okay. I go, can people still hear me? It felt very quiet for a moment. But it might have been my internal quiet. You know what I'm saying? All right. Okay, group number 2. Let's clear the energies. Okay, welcome group number 2 to your reading. What worries them the most about you? Number 1 got emotional, but I'm always like, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. All right. But I think I can understand that kind of frustration, you know? Yeah. Whew. All right, let's clear the energies. Let me take a little. I'm doing some bone broth right now, you guys. I'm trying to like cleanse. I feel like I've been on a sugar train or something. Okay. Put some frankincense in my hands. Okay, so group number 2. Let's get into your energy. Group number 2, what will worry them the most about losing you? That you won't be there to defend them. That you won't be there to fight their fight. That's kind of interesting. Let's keep it going. What worries them about losing you, group number 2? Yeah. This is interesting. You, in group number 2, you defend somebody. You, somebody's kind of, they're in some kind of situation. Okay. What worries them the most about losing you, group number 2, is that you won't lie for them. You won't lie for them. Have you done it before? You don't have to answer that, but I'm going to say, like, if you have lied for them before, group number 2, what worries this person the most is that you're not going to do it again if they lose you. I think someone in group number 2, you may know this now. I don't think it's like a big reveal or anything like that, a secret from Spirit, but Spirit is saying, like, group number 2, that you may have just covered for them one time. To you, it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't that kind of lie. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it was just, I'm trying to give like an example. Maybe somebody who has really have to be on time for work kind of wasn't on time for work, but you were the only one who would have been able to really know. And that person, maybe somebody asked you about that person. Were they here this morning on time? And because that person wouldn't have been able to, like, you were the only one who knew, and you were kind of like, yeah, sure. Yeah. And for whatever reason, while you're thinking that's not a big deal, you're just trying to whatever. I think that provides this person with some kind of alibi. I know. That's kind of weird, huh? It's a little bit more group number 2 than what you would think. So that's what worries that's what worries specifically somebody who knows somebody in this group. I'm not saying that's the whole reading. I'm not saying that's this part. We're not going to take our time with that person in the whole reading, but someone's worried you're not going to be their witness or their something. And this is probably something you're totally not even expecting. You're just like, whatever. No. You know what I mean? It's going to be something where you're going to be like, no, I'm not going to involve. But, I hope it's something that, you can walk away from. Butterfly Psych Soul. You know what worries them the most too? Some other people in your life, group number 2. Your soul, your psyche, Oh, are you intrigued by that, Cicada? It is going to be a very subtle thing. This is what Spirit is saying. Just one more thing about that. That person is going to be very subtle. It's like I think it's not even for you or whoever it is. They're not even going to think it's a lie. You're just going to be like, yeah. They came in time. They're doing their job. You're not even worried about it. But then later it turns out to be something that could possibly involve you in something that you don't want to be involved with. You're going to be like, no, they were late. I lied. Whatever. Anyway, also, there are people around you, group number 2. Your elevation, while I think they really love it, they really love how self-aware you are lately, and how maybe some of you are really getting into your psychic abilities, things like that. I think, too, there are people who, I think they worry about you elevating to a place where they just don't understand you anymore. I think they're worried about not being able to relate to you anymore because you're so spiritually elevated. Does that sound weird to you all? But I think that's what I'm hearing. Is that, while they love the path you're on, they love that you're growing, they love the things you're offering. I don't know if you're a tarot reader. I don't know if this is my tarot readers pile, or, you do something of a spiritual service. There is someone around you who's worried about you outgrowing them in that way. If it is a partner, they're worried about your connection, because you just seem to be ethereally oriented now. Maybe that wasn't what your partnership came in on, or friendship, or, relationship, whatever you have, whoever this person is to you. Someone is worried about your spiritual development, your growth, where it's taking you. While they love you, they're not trying to stop you, but they are worried about, the Lover's card. For some of you, this is your partner. They're worried about just where you're going. Like, are we going to connect still? And, relationships do change. You change. Your partner changes, Those things do happen. Even to relationships that were started good, started healthy, still are healthy. Those things can happen. Because relationships are not all about the devilish stuff, like, they're not all about just the sex. They're not all about just the fights and this and that. I mean, relationships too are about your spiritual growth. And oftentimes, I don't know, you all tell me what you believe, but there's a belief that some people, not everyone, but some people are on a spiritual mission, that no matter who they meet in life, they're going to end up outgrowing them, because they're just on a mission to do something, to go somewhere. So for them, it becomes a kind of a default in terms of having to leave relationships, because they just feel like they're no longer serving them, and they feel like they're driven towards something. And hopefully it's something that feels like self-discovery rather than fame or something. But, people are driven towards that too, you all. So somebody is worried that they will end up being hurt by you. They are worried. But not in a way of saying it's intentional. Just hurt that you're going to move on, because you have, I'm hearing you have a destiny. You, whoever I'm talking to, you have things that Spirit is drawing you to do. And I think this person is worried that they are not going to always be a part of that plan. They may not always be part of the plan that Spirit has you on. In some ways, I don't know who I'm tapping into, but in some ways, this person feels mad at Spirit sometimes. Yeah. I mean, whoever you are, group number 2, you are meant to do something that will lead. I'm hearing a great deal of people. Like you're supposed to become a leader of some sort. And you were supposed to have a dom, whether, non-gender, non-gender queendom. You're supposed to have a queendom. You're going to rule something. It could be a house. It could be a company. It could be a nonprofit organization. It could be a country. It could be a city. Whatever it is, group number 2. While people are very happy for you, because I also get that you are very supported by the people I'm picking up on, even though they are worried, I get the sense for you, group number 2, even though people are worried that you're going to outgrow them, that you're going to leave them, they are still more supportive of you than not. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are honorable people. They love you. They care about you. But they are worried that you are going somewhere where they cannot follow you. Spirit's jokingly saying, cool down on the quantum talk. I don't know why I'm hearing that. Y'all let me know if somebody's resonating with that. Cool down on the quantum talk. You know what I mean? That quantum talk. Not everybody gets that. Yeah. Someone around you has already been like, you know what's going to happen? Group number 2 is about to go make all this money. They're going to forget about me and all this other stuff. They are worried. Why do people feel like you're going to leave and you're just going to leave? I don't think that's really who you are, actually, group number 2. But there are some people. Cicada, you say, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. There's growth, there's change. And you all, I really do feel lately, like Spirit's telling me, 2025, you're going to see some real growth happening in the collective. You're going to see people flip a script. You know what I mean? I'm just taking a quick break, group number 2. You're going to see people that you know flip the script altogether. You're going to be like, is this the same person I've known? And then you're going to see people come into their genius. People, you know what? Hard times call on people who have been a little bit on the fence with their talents, their skills, their genius. Hard times will call those people off the fence. 2025 is that hard time. Like, listen, dude, I know you're trying to get 2 more years of training in. We're just going to need you right now. We're going to need you right now. And I think going back to you, group number 2, I think you will be called upon. I'm seeing it. Just like you said, Cicada, I'm seeing it. It's like you're going to be called upon to maybe do some things that take you away, that might limit your time somehow, or make you pretty busy. Spirit is saying that a lot of people are going to be worried by that, though. They are. That they're losing you. But they also feel it's for a greater good. That's interesting. So you're doing some powerful work. You're doing some real powerful work. Yeah. And it's that piece too. I gotta put this one up too, Cicada, because I'm like, is this piece too? And maybe Spirit is bringing this forward. Why? You needed to know. Why were you attracted to this reading? I mean, it's kind of like, yeah, why are they gonna worry when I walk away? But, I think for group number 2, you needed to know. Not everybody's worries lead to healthy actions. For some people, their actions become a little toxic when they worry about things. And I think for some of you, you're going to understand that. You're going to understand that. Like, we all have different attachment styles, and I ain't going to get too deep into this, but it's like when you're born, your very first interactions, most likely with your parents or caregiver, it sets the stage for how you like to be treated. What brings you comfort? And it's not always nice stuff. It's not always great stuff. And some of us have to understand that. Not everything that we're used to, our comfort zone, is what's good for us. It's just what makes us comfortable. This person's spirit is saying one more card. I'm like, where from? The visionary path. Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit's like the visionary path. It can be one that is quite lonely at times. And in somewhere on the journey of the visionary needs to be okay with breaking away. It doesn't mean you're disconnected from people. It just means that something that you're focusing on, it requires your attention. And there's something here about the visionary always feeling like they need to apologize for what they give their attention to. Because it's not like ordinary people. We're not talking about the football game. You're not talking about, the latest cup people are drinking coffee out of. I don't know. Those are things that you are not concerned with. And so for you, group number 2, it makes people uncomfortable because you're not, and I'm saying this in a loving way because I know I probably understand you. I know a lot of people in the chat probably do, but it makes people uncomfortable because they don't know how to relate to you. You're not in the soup of that pot of, how do I want to say? You are not in the collective psyche. You're somewhere hovering on the outside of that. You have access to it, but you are a visionary. You're looking forward. You are most definitely a person who you're in your own world when it comes to the things that you are planning, thinking about. I don't know, some of you are very creative. Very creative. And there's just, I don't know. You are going to have people who will never understand you. But Spirit is just letting me know via channel, I think you're about ready to discover your folks. This is your, your folks. You have a lot of folks, but your folks who understand you, or at least have the heightened awareness that you're not understandable. Do you get what I'm saying? Those people. Yeah. 8 of Cups. You're kind of, I'm sorry, the worries of the people who are worried because you are going to leave and you're going to elevate and you're going to find what you need to find. those worries too are valid. Spirit's like, those are valid worries, because you may be looking for that kind of connection, or at least there is something we misunderstand about friends and people around us, is that we think those people need to be exactly like us. No, those people also could be folks that are quite different from us, who have just surrendered to the idea that they may never understand us and they can love us. I think you're going to find that. And that's what they're worried. that's why they're worried. Even though I think like 5 years ago, they may have not been worried about this. 5 years ago, they may not have been worried about this, because maybe people weren't as exploratory. There's something about the panini that got people exploring themselves. And so, maybe 5 years ago, they couldn't say that they were worried, but they are now. You're connecting with all kinds of strange people. You're watching my readings. I mean, come on. So yeah, they may lose you. They may lose you. Yes, right, Cicada. Like, you don't have to be the same. I am for sure going to tell y'all, there's some people who know me and who are my friends, maybe. I don't know. I think they are. And they'll be like, you're unpredictable. I don't know who you are sometimes. And I'm all like, yay, and they're fine with it. And I think the people who haven't been fine with it, the people who, maybe I wasn't able to sustain a friendship with, were people who didn't want you to change. And I think that's probably the main reason a lot of people just kind of fall out, is not necessarily, there might be other stuff, but sometimes it's just growth, the growth factor. Wasn't there? Okay, so I think we're done. Group number 2. I was all like, what number were we on? I was just talking, and I told you I was going to go loose because I have no work tomorrow. I'm not doing anything. I have time off, so you all can hang with me if you want to hang with me. If you don't want to hang with me, don't hang with me. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of taking it easy on the time. So let's head into group number 3, although I'm going to shuffle the cards and clear the energy. I'm going to switch it over to group number 3. I'm going to put that down as well as this one, because sometimes I don't know if people can see that little writing. All right. Oh, get loose. Thank you, your crown era. Thank you. I hope you all have special plans. Do you all celebrate this holiday? I don't really celebrate it, but my son was born on Christmas Eve. So it's kind of like a funny thing. Like, I'm not really into Christmas, but I totally celebrate it anyway, because that's when he was around. That's when he came on the scene. He was my version of a baby Jesus. So, yeah. We usually end up celebrating on his birthday. I've been trying to get him to for us to have an adult family plan. You know what I mean? Like, now that you can travel with your kids and they're adults, you can go to different kinds of places. You know what I mean? So I've been asking him, I'm all like, hey, do you want to travel or something on your birthday? We'll see. But what are y'all up to? I'm just shuffling the cards, and then we'll go to group number 3. Yeah. Outside of that, I just like the solstice. New year, new energy, new plans. Mm-hmm. Okay, last deck, and we will get to group number 3. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, it was like a Christmas present. It was funny because I was in my last Was I in my last? I was at the end of the school year because when I got pregnant, I was in university, and so I kept going, oh my God, I just hope that this baby doesn't deliver until after I have my finals. And so, right when I finished the last final, I was totally feeling like little back pains. But, I'd never been pregnant before. I didn't know. I was just like, that's interesting. These little back pains are coming every 15 minutes. It's kind of interesting. I don't know. I think the whole time I was pregnant, people kept trying to scare me, like, oh my God. And then you watch TV and people are screaming. And I'm all like, it's got to get worse. It must be like horrible. I'm thinking it must be real horrible. So that's not labor pains. But anyway, when they delivered him, they put him in a little Santa hat. I think I still have that little Santa hat. I hope I do. But anyway, yeah, he continues to be the best gift. The best. All right. So group number 3, let's clear the energies. Yeah, your crown. I think that it's going to be kind of a quiet Christmas. It feels like when I ask people, they're kind of like, yeah, I'm not really doing much. So we'll see. It's kind of a little subdued. Okay, so group number 3. It's been interesting. I feel like whoever we whatever worry that we contact with, it just develops into the story. But I'll try to stay on task. I'll try to stay on task. Group number 3. What worries them? Oh, I just gotta chill. That's weird. Okay, what worries them the most about losing you? 4 of Knives. That you won't be thinking about them anymore. They're not gonna be on your mind. That you're not gonna wait for them. Hangman. Yeah. For some of you, that you're not going to give them any money. It's just for some of you, but you're going to forget about them. You're not thinking about hanging around. Yeah, you're not going to wait on them. And you're not going to give them money. Exactly. I asked it in my mind. I didn't say it out loud, but I was all like, what is this? Is this a relationship? I was kind of like, who are these people? Queen of Wands. And a Page of Cups. Says it all. Group number 3, the thing they're most worried about is that you're going to wake up to the fact that you're dating a page. Literally someone who's immature. That's what they don't want you to wake up. They don't want you to know that they don't have it all together like you have it all together. They mostly feel like the thing that's going with you both right now is attraction. You know what I mean? Like maybe you all are having a really nice physical life together. But they know in the end, what they're worried about is ultimately they're not going to hold your interest. That's what they're worried about. I think you two have a very good ex life. If that's what you like, that's what you have. This person's very accommodating. They love to please you. Group number 3. They do. And you love being dotted on like that. You love your feet to be rubbed. You love, for things to happen that you don't have to request happen. This person's very attentive to your needs. And you actually like that. It's refreshing. Maybe they're allowing you to be in your feminine energy, regardless of gender. They're just allowing you to receive. Is that what it is? But they're worried. Maybe you're worried too. I kind of get that it's an unspoken thing between the both of you. No one's really talked about where does this go? Why does it feel like it's just can't go like where other stuff, where other relationships go? You all have some kind of like, you're not ready to kind of make this relationship. Ooh, I'm hearing for some of you, it's not public. There's an age difference. I mean, never anything illegal, I hope. I don't think so. But there's an age difference. That tends to make things really great when it comes to X, but I don't know. I'm just saying. So that person is worried about it, but I also get group number 3, you're worried about it. What worries him the most about losing you? Group number 3. What worries them the most about losing you? Communion. Protective frequencies. I kind of feel that if it's a situation where the person who's usually in their masculine energy is the older one, there's this feeling that they're going to be too old to be protective of you. They're worried about that. Like they can't take care of you. They're worried about a time when they won't be able to take care of you. That's interesting. If you're dating someone who's older, they're worried about that time. That they'll be a burden on you. That's kind of harsh, but that's what I heard. Like they're worried about that for some reason. Are they that much older than you? I guess if you're like a 50-year-old dating a 65-year-old, 70-year-old. See, I have different concepts of what is old. I'm all like 50, that's not really old, y'all. It's not. I mean, you're just out of one phase of life, but it's not really old. You're not walking with a cane. You know what I'm saying? Most people, but and 60's not either. I really, but when you start getting into the 70s and the 80s, you do slow down a bit. It's just, you're getting older. But like, we're not trying to ask you to speed up or anything. I mean, you don't need to, you're older. But there's something about this relationship being that kind of gap. Maybe like someone's on the kind of like one end of life and another person is kind of really far away from that. They might be in their 30s or their 40s. You know what I mean? So there's something there that worries them about your age difference. if that is, take it where it resonates. They're also worried about like where you could go and how successful you could be. And again, that same kind of thing, but it's not a real heavy energy in this pile of group number 3, but someone is worried about your success, like what kind of choices you would make once you become successful. Yeah. Some people are worried about how you've got a little bit of trickster energy. Like you don't always say what you mean. You don't always do what you say you're going to be doing. Not in a negative way. It's kind of like you just live in the moment, group number 3. That's what I'm seeing. That's kind of interesting. Yeah. You live in the moment. You you have things on your mind you want to do. I'm kind of just looking at the cards really quick. Yeah. I think there's something about you with this relationship. It kind of feels like that's a you kind of thing. Like you want to try it out, you're going to try it out. And I think this person is trying to understand your personality a little bit. Like you try things out until they work, and they don't work. You don't do it anymore. And that's a very interesting way of life. But I think some people see it as a very kind of trickster oriented. They think they have one thing with you and then it changes. But I think you are very clear. If you're in Queen of Wands energy, you're usually pretty clear about, I don't know, the longevity of something. That's what I'm getting. Like you're one of those people who would really share with someone. I'm not looking for a long-term thing. You may say that to people. That's just interesting why that came up. But yeah. Last few cards, like what else are they worried about? What else would they be worried about? Yeah, I keep seeing it, like your Queen energy. There's something about you even being in Queen of Cups energy, Queen of Wands, really. It's about you kind of going and finding someone of an equal caliber to love you. Someone who is of the same, I don't know, caliber is such a harsh, I mean, just someone who's, they could be your same age. They could just financially have the same kind of life as you, like someone who mirrors your life. They're worried about you going and finding someone like that and them just kind of being your flavor of the month. They're worried about that. Group number 3. Last few cards. I think this person, they want reassurance that you take them seriously. I hear in some areas you do take them very seriously. Yeah. But, I think this person thinks if you would just give them a chance, they could grow into what you want them to be. But I think this person kind of knows. Queen of Cups again. I think this person kind of knows that ultimately the things that will make you happy, you have 2 Queen of Cups and a Queen of Wands. The things that are going to make you happy overall, it's matching energy. It's matching energy, meaning I think even this person sees, and what they're worried about is that there's someone for you that really matches your energy, that really could keep you in Queen energy. And they know it's not really them, but that's what they're worried about. That is what they are worried about, is that time when it comes. But right now, I don't want to make it seem like it's all heavy. They do enjoy themselves with you. They enjoy themselves with you for real. You will be someone they will never forget. Anything else, Bennett? Before I do it, I think that's it. Group number 3. So yeah, I think that's it. Let me see. Yeah, that is. All right. So if you resonated with this, please give it a thumbs up, you all, if you're kind of resonating with this reading at all. And yeah, we're going to transition over to group number 4, our last group. Okay. And I'm just going to take a moment to clear the energies, put my cards back and shuffle. How are you all doing out there? So people don't really have plans, huh, for the holidays. Let me see. Okay. All right. Group number 4. We're getting ready to get back into your energy. I'm just going to shuffle the cards a little bit. You all don't forget to enter into my 6-month tarot giveaway. So on the 30th, I'm going to pull the winner, pick the winner, and yeah, we'll go into 2025 first 6 months, and it'll be a recording, unless you really want it live. I mean, we could meet on Zoom. So yeah, it's up to you. And yeah, it's usually a pretty detailed reading, so I hope you all will try it. This is your pile. Group number 5. I know there's this one reader who is that, who always says group number 4 is always off the hook. I forgot what reader that is, but anyway, yeah, there's usually that one pile where you're like, okay, I haven't been hearing what I want to hear, but this pile, that's this pile. Hopefully. If not, yeah, it should be what you need to hear. All right. Okay, so we've cleared the decks. Let's clean them a little bit for group number 4 with some Palo Santo. And then we will hit the little bells to clear the energies. There we go. Like ashes on me. Okay. And group number 4. Welcome. Oh, no, didn't change the avatar. One moment. Like dust or something. Okay. I did 4 at the bottom, but I didn't do. Okay. It's like so many little things I got to remember. Okay. There we go. Group number 4. All right. And let's clear the energies. Hello, group number 4. Welcome to your reading on what worries them the most about losing you. It's been pretty interesting reading. So we're going to see what worries them the most about losing you, group number 4. Your avatar looks like they're just looking for you. Maybe they will never find you again. For some people, that they would never find anyone else like you again. Wow. What worries them the most is, you going away. 6 of Swords. And not even knowing when that's going to happen. For real. That's what worries the most. It's like they may know. So this could be a couple of situations. Spirit is already saying there could be already, you do know you're leaving. Like maybe your visa is going to be up, or maybe you have school that's ending, or whatever, like you already know there's going to be a moment where you're leaving. So it may be a situation where they're just like not really sure the exact timing of it, because we have the moon card here. But for others of you, they just have this fear of you leaving and never telling them. Just gone, bye. Maybe that's an aspect of your relationship. When you all get in a fight, you leave, you do the flight thing. That's for somebody. But they're worried about, someone right now is worried about you leaving and not telling them. You leaving and kind of popping it on them that's what's happening. Others of you, they're worried about you leaving before they tell you how they feel. Yeah. Could be a Libra. That's just very random and specific. Could be someone who works in the legal field, or they do something around courthouses. What worries them the most? Yeah. Things ending between you the way they are. That's what worries them the most. That's what worries this person the most, is that if they don't take some kind of action or do something, you could possibly leave and this would be the end of your relationship. How it is now would just kind of stay that way. This is interesting. Part of me thinks this is a crush. This is someone who I want to put it even at a more elevated place. Sorry, I wasn't even looking at my comments. It's like this person, for some of you, this person, you don't know this person feels the way they feel about you. You really don't. Not at the depth that they do. Some of you may think this person, you might think, oh, this person thinks I'm cute or something. They try to talk to me. Some of you think it's like that. But this person, they have feelings for you, whoever this is. And they're kind of feeling like if they don't tell you, life is just going to move you on, group number 4. And they already feel like that's happening. And they're so worried. This person is very anxious. I got to say, the energy is more that way. They're so worried, so anxious that they're going to lose you without telling you exactly how they feel. This is interesting. You may go away feeling like they don't want that to happen. That you go away feeling like they were just your friend. For some of you, this person is a mother, or they have very beautiful, nurturing energy that makes them caregive and other people. For some of you, quite literally, this person's a mother. What else? But more so, I do think it, because now with the servant card, I do think this is somebody who does a lot of caregiving. They take care of everyone. Really. Everyone and everything. Everybody depends on this person. I keep hearing except you. Why is that? Maybe you're the first person, this person, group number 4, maybe you're the first person that has never required for them to take care of them. And maybe you're in some kind of position where you could do that. That's interesting. Do you all work together? There's some kind of position this person is in where they do need to serve people, where they do need to take care of people. But that also gets compounded with the kind of work they do tends to kind of not get a rest even in their personal life. Like say someone's a nurse, like they know medical things. And while they work really long, hard shifts at a hospital, when they come home, their cousin's like, hey, I gashed my hand. Can you come over here? Can you wrap it up for me? Can you tell me if I need to go to the hospital or not? And of course, or I don't know. I mean, the nurse, whoever, he, she, they, would go and take care of their cousin. But it's kind of like that kind of work they have, where it doesn't have a lot of boundaries in place. They could, but it is kind of how they take care of family and community. They're worried about you not seeing them in the way they want you to see them. This person doesn't like how you view them or think about them, but I kind of feel like this is their thing. I don't think it's yours. Maybe they don't think they're good enough for you. That's kind of interesting. They're worried too that they rely a lot on you. They're worried about that because that might be why they're worried that you'll leave without notice. This could literally just be a work thing, and I'm trying to make it romantic, and it's not. It's just like your boss being like, dang, please don't leave once you graduate out of high school or college or whatever. It could be that situation. But there is someone who is just worried that, yeah, I don't know if I made it romantic, did I? I mean, they like to caregive, but that's not really necessarily romantic. So, I mean, this person, I gotta say, they rely on you some kind of way. They do. Spirits have one more card here. Yeah, this is so interesting because I think that they're very humble. They're very appreciative of what you do for them. They do understand all of who you are, and I don't know. There's something else about this relationship I'm not getting yet. But there is something else. I'm not going to take that many cards. Hold on. You know what worries them is that, yeah, there's something about you going away. This whole thing, group number 4, if you're going away or will be going away, it worries them. Now, Spirit is pointing me to somebody who, if you're worried about and this is very American eccentric, but somebody might be worried about someone not having all their papers and being sent away randomly, or, having ICE interfere with them or something like that. So it could be that situation. There's somebody worried, group number 4. about either you being taken away, they having to go away, take it where it resonates, another family member. So it could be. But this reading is about what are they worried the most about you. So I would say that for some of you, there's some kind of logical ending or some kind of random. I hear logical and then I hear random. There's some kind of ending that even regardless of how people feel will have to happen. And you know, I don't know, I heard my cat make a weird noise. But it's kind of like they're worried that you're just going to do what you have to do, and they know that you're going to do what you have to do. That's King of Swords energy. I don't know, that didn't speak specifically to me, but that's what it's saying. Like someone is under duress right now because they don't know what they would do without you. And there is quite an interdependence there, and there's love there, so don't get it twisted. But your lives have been intertwined for so long. How's this gonna work? I don't know, that's what I was hearing. Becoming who you are meant to be. It says manifest your dreams. It's kind of interesting for this reading, but all I could say is that I think that this person wants the very best for you. In the end, which is also this, where did he go? This king energy. It's also that energy. I forgot where I did with that card, but yeah, this person ultimately wants the best for you. And it may mean that their life shifts and changes. And, if you have to leave and you do, I kind of get the sense that you will leave, like this is not something where you could, put the timeline can go different, but ultimately you do have to leave. So there is something there. Yeah. Even your crown era, you said parent child. Yeah. It's like a life cycle leaving, you know what I mean? And someone's grown to depend on you. Parent child is real accurate here. I don't even know why I didn't get it, because I was all like, yep, parent child. It really is. Because some parents, and unfortunately, they rely on their children like adults. We call it parentification. And sometimes children grow up having a lot of responsibilities that normally you wouldn't give to children. But, we don't live in a normal world. So, that can very well be that. Thank you, your crown error. This kind of leaving. They're worried about it. Let me see if there's any other messages, any other worries for group number 4. What worries them the most about losing you? Yeah. When you go, 6 of Cups, that they hope that you really will stay in touch, that you really will continue not, that you're not going to lose touch, that you're not going to just begin again and forget all about them, because they really do want to follow your success. They want to see you win in so many ways. And they've grown to the idea that they will see you succeed in life. They have grown very comfortable with that idea. They know that you will succeed. They have watched you with those eyes. Very proud. But they don't want you to forget about them. Okay? Yeah. What else? Anything else, Spirit? I always look at my decks like, anything else? Spirit's like, maybe. Okay, I'll take this deck. Spirit's like, a couple more things. Yeah. You will always be family. This is not a worry of theirs. It's more of an affirmation that you will always be their family. You will always have a cup. 10 of Cups here. You will always have a cup. No matter what you do, where you go, how long it's been since they've seen you, talked to you, text you, emailed you, you will always have a cup. Always. You are always family to this person. And maybe to you, to them. What worries them? Not much. Just that, you will become this leader. You will be busy. You will do the things because they've been watching you. You are a successful person. You are headed in that direction. You are going to be ordained as a really beautiful, kind leader. They already see it. It's kind of like reminding me of group number 1? It is kind of like just most people, and I think Cicada, you said it well. Most people are just afraid of what happens as you grow, as you elevate. In this case, for group number 4, this person has grown to rely on you and for your guidance, for your care. But I think, too, this person wants you to have a life for yourself, and they're willing to make changes to make that happen. Raj was like, I'm watching pile 3 with the page of cups. I mean, let's be honest about some things. A page and a queen, it's not a bad combination. All right, group number 4. Any final messages for you? Because we don't want pile 3 encroached on here, so we may have to tell you to go check out pile 3. Last few messages. Yeah, I think this is going to be really funny. But if this is like a grandparent or a parent, or if this is that situation, I mean, there's a few different situations in pile 4, but if it is a grandparent, they're worried about you losing your religion. They're worried about you going out in the world and forgetting God. I just had to tell you, group number 4, I had to tell you. That's what they're worried about. Are you going to go to church still? Do you have a new church home? They're worried about that. For some of you, they're worried that you're going to go and get pregnant. I'm sorry. That's just, I'm reading the cards now. It's not all one person, but somebody's worried that you're going to go and get pregnant with your fast self, You're so fast. What are they worried about? Yeah. Someone doesn't want you to become a prisoner to your situation. And maybe that's coming with some of the losing your connection with spirit, becoming pregnant, getting wild. They just, not saying you're doing all those things. It's just like someone worries about you becoming so worldly. Your issues in life and your experiences in life become so worldly. So they're kind of worried about the world and you. They don't want you to go out here and get all turned around, but you might. You might. It's called growth, right? And we've been, Spirit said one more card here. Yeah, 8 of baskets. You are leaving. I think there's been 3 or 4 cards and the 8 of cups. So yeah. Group number 4, if you resonated with this reading, could you please give it a thumbs up? If you resonated with this whole entire live and you hung out with me, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate you all supporting this brand new channel. What else? I'm going to do more readings. I have the week off, and I'm just chilling, and I love spending time with you all. So I'll do that. Don't forget to enter into my giveaway. And if you go to my website, you will see how to enter immediately. It just pops up. Put your name in, and you're in my giveaway. All right, my honeys. So if you have any suggestions for readings, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you all probably tomorrow. All right, take care.